Kasar Gajra.
गोबिंद दास
एक, दो, तीन, चार, 13, 13, 13,
3 शेर आपने बादरा ज्यादा दे दिया मुझे।
सब 13, सब
Sat Sri Akal to everybody around the world on this auspicious day to celebrate the day of Khalsa. The word Khalsa has been coined much before even Guru Gobind Singh Ji established it to create a vibrant community of the world. It was used by Bhagat Kabir much before Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born, because Kabir Ji was born in the late 13th. The word Khalsa comes from a word from Persia which is Khals. Khals means pure. Khalsa is a quality that every human being has, because the very fact that they have a soul inside them, that soul itself has got the attributes of Khalsa, the pure factor of human being. But it was Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj who then brought this out in the human race and to create a very vibrant community. And today we call them Sikhs. Kabir Ji, in his Bani, which is today found in Guru Granth Sahib on page 654, he says that, Keh Kabir, Jan Paye Khalsa, Prem Pagat Jin Janiya. So he says that the person who becomes Khalsa, who bestows the qualities of Khalsa, who brings out the qualities of Khalsa, he becomes as close as the Creator. His bhakti, his meditation, his living, his surroundings becomes pure.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। मानस जन्म वड पुण्य पाया देह सो कंचन चंगड़ियां। Gurbani says that we are so blessed to be born as a human. This body, this human body, is equivalent or even more precious than gold, jewelries, rubies, or anything in this world. And on top of that, with Guru Nanak Dev Ji coming into this world and starting the Dharam, the Sikh Dharam, and we being born in the Sikh Dharam, being the Sikh of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, how fortunate are we?
The fact that he is pure, he can only make the surrounding pure. That is the quality of a Khalsa. Because Khalsa means the person who is purified within and purified outside. He is pure in his thoughts, he is pure in his actions, he is pure in his duties, and is duty bound. And the duty bound is for humanity.
A Sikh in Gurbani says that we are the dust of the feet of the world. Why Guru Sahib say that? Because Guru Sahib want us to serve humanity. So we do Ardas daily. What do we say? Nanak naam chardi kala tere pane sarbat da pala. We do Ardas and we ask for sarbat da pala, the good of the whole world. And a Sikh, as Gurbani says, that we are the dust of the feet of the world. Why? Because we aim to serve the world.
It all started from the tap of Guru Gobind Singh Ji on Bhai Kanhaiya. Bhai Kanhaiya went around giving waters to the people in the battlefield who were even opposing Gurus, who needed water, until the people who were the followers of Guru Gobind Singh was complaining about Bhai Kanhaiya. Why is he giving water to those people who are our enemies? And when Guru Gobind Singh called him over and he says, Bhai Kanhaiya, why are you giving water to these people? And Bhai Kanhaiya said, this is your teaching, Guruji. You said every human being is one. Because you mentioned that this human race is one race. So I see them as one. I see them as my brothers. I see them as me. So I am giving water to them. And what Guru said, look, this is the real Khalsa. And a tap on his shoulder today is the tap that we all Sikhs around the world have it. And that is the tap today with the blessings of the Guru, that we are the Khalsa and we are the people in the world, wherever the Sikhs are. They are the most resilient community that we can find today.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they advocated for Sikh women. Guru Angad Dev Ji, until Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, they continued the prachar of Sikhi, and when the time came of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, they added the stamp, the mohor of Khande Batte da Amrit. They took the Panth, the Sikh Panth, to another level and made us Khalsa. Guru Gobind Singh Ji blessed the Khalsa Panth with the names Singh and Kaur. Singh meaning lion and Kaur meaning princesses. Guru Nanak Dev Ji to leke, from Guru Nanak Dev Ji right up till Guru Gobind Singh Ji and now Guru Granth Sahib Ji as well, the Sikh people who were poor, meek, no one cared about these people. Guru Sahib took them from such a low level to such a high level, where we are now as well. The term Kaur, how did Guru Gobind Singh Ji even bless us with these names? When the idea came to create a Khalsa Panth, Guru Gobind Singh Ji told the whole world, told everybody that come forward and take this Amrit and allow me, let me give you this Padvi. But people were scared. They didn't know what Amrit was. They didn't know what is it in for them or what is going to happen to them. Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, Giddada to me sher banao. And that is what happened.
And the Sikh says, put us into a jungle, we'll make a garden out of it. That's a Sikh, because this is the blessings of the Guru. So, the qualities of a Khalsa. As we say, the Khalsa are the one who are resilient. They are not afraid, because Guru Nanak Dev Ji has made the very first attributes of God. And the attributes of God is in the first few lines in the Guru Granth Sahib. They are truthful, Sat. They are the fearful people who fear God and obedient to their Gurus. Nirpao. They are never afraid of anything. Nirvair. They don't make enemies. Even if the enemies come until today, the Sikh says that even if an enemy comes to the house, they will welcome them. This is the spirit of a Sikh. Akal Murat is something that they know this body that we are carrying will not end with this life. The soul is forever and ever. Savang is the self-illuminating self-creation of God, and we are all part of the creation of God, because we cannot build this body. Gur Prasad, with the grace of a Guru, then we always respect. So our Gurus has left behind the 11th Guru. The 11th Guru, we call it Sri Guru Granth Sahib, is the living Guru to the Sikhs. Wherever we go, we bow to the wisdom of Guru Granth Sahib, because all the verses of the Guru Granth Sahib is from the lips of the Gurus, is the authenticated verses that came from the Gurus, authenticated writings that they have instructed to write without any changes, is so arithmetic, is so numerical that nobody can even dare change a word to edit it. It is so perfect. A perfect Bible of the Sikhs, the perfect Sri Guru Granth Sahib of the Sikhs, the perfect Gurus of the Sikh. Today, that is our Guru, because there is no contradiction in the Guru. There is no two verses which are different. It is all about humanity. It is all about the inner. And that inner, because as we pure ourselves from inner, we can only bring that beauty outside. If we have the peace inside us, we can only make peace outside. So, it's a religion of peace, because it only speaks about the peace within and peace in the surroundings. So Guru Granth Sahib is something that all the Sikhs in the world bow to it with reverence. Guru Gobind Singh's very, very important line that all the Sikhs are reminded of again and again, Manus ki jaat ek hi pehchan wo, that the human race is one.
And as a Kaur, as a princess, we have those powers within us as well. The same power that was in Bebe Nanaki Ji, the sister of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. The same power in Mata Khivi Ji, the wife of Guru Angad Dev Ji. The same power in Mata Ganga Ji. The same in Mata Sahib Kaur Ji, and so on. We know that the same power, the same values are within us as well now. What we need to do now is to unleash these powers which is within us, these attributes, these values that Guru Sahib has blessed us with.
The Sikh were the most difficult people to conquer. The British, who was ruling India for many years, they found it very difficult to penetrate Punjab. And it's the last state of Indian continent which was captured by British. The first war in the early 14s was fought, the Anglo-Sikh war, and the British lost terribly. And in the second war that took place about 30 years after, where British had used all intelligent tactics of theirs to destroy the grassroots of Punjab, and then they had a second war. Even that war was tough for them to fight. And from there, they learnt that this is a community which is difficult to fight, and they are brave, and they cannot be easily convinced and conquered because they have one direction, and that direction is towards their Guru. They are so strong that what is that in Guru that they are believing so much that these people need to be broken. They tried their best. The rule that came from England, from the Queen, was to destroy that whole belief on Guru Granth Sahib. So the first person who was meant to translate Guru Granth Sahib was a man called as Trump, and he made as much comments which was negative to the Sikhs and the world that it was beyond imagination. That translation was actually a failure, and it was bad for the Sikh. Then came the second translation by McCall, who then came and gave a correct version of the translation of Guru Granth Sahib to the world, which is today, you can find those books. Nevertheless, the British could not break this belief, and they have to condone to this belief. They said, all right, if that's so, then we have to allow these Sikhs to believe in the system. And that actually gave respect to the Sikh community. The British respected the Sikh community for that particular purpose, and they started employing them into the British Army. And during the First World War in the early 1917, 1918s, they took a great number of these Sikhs to fight the World War in France and Italy. And that's, to the surprise, the Sikhs who were employed and taken there, the first thing they carried was the Sri Guru Granth Sahib on their head. And the whole Sikh battalion was following that Guru Granth Sahib. Look at the belief, look at the respect, and look at the reverence that the Sikh have towards Guru Granth Sahib. That's why today Guru Granth Sahib is not a simple book. It is a reverence. It is the living Guru in front of which every activity of the Sikh takes place. And the Khalsa, it's the outshoot of the teaching of Guru Granth Sahib.
Now let's try to look at the inner values or the attributes of a Sikh or a Khalsa princess. When Pai Nandalal Ji asked Guru Gobind Singh Ji that, Guruji, tell us the attributes of a Khalsa, Guru Sahib explains to us that a Khalsa is one who loves everyone, who has love within them. A Khalsa is one who has daya, who has compassion within them. Now, when we ask ourselves, what is that energy, what is that power in that Amrit that is allowing us to function as a Sikh, as a Khalsa? And the answer is the first person who stood up to take Amrit, and that is Pai Daya Singh Ji. The first value a Khalsa possesses is daya, is compassion. From daya, we actually practice Tera. We actually do good deeds. And only when we have daya within us, where we are able to then have all these other virtues, these values within us, that we can then serve the world, that we can then show to the world how great a Khalsa is.
So the Sikhs who were deployed to war in the First World War in Italy and France, they were called as Black Lions. They were so aggressive, never retreating. They fought the last dot of their blood, and they were so powerful, and they made British win the war. And simultaneously, when this was happening in the First World War, Speedy from Malaya, was very impressed with these people, and we had these problems in Malaysia with Gihin, Haisan, problems in Perak. These big Chinese tycoons were fighting. Speedy, who was a superintendent of police in Penang, he was then deployed to become the resident of Perak. And he came up with an answer. Speedy then went back to Calcutta, deployed about 110 Sikh sepoys from there to come to Perak to help to neutralize this war between Gihin and Haisan. So these sepoys who came from Calcutta comprised of Sikhs and Pathans, but the majority of them were Sikhs. So they were brought down here and they helped the Sultan of Perak to neutralize this activity. Then these Sikhs, this group of sepoys then became the nucleus of the police of Perak, and they became the guards to the Sultan of Perak themselves. They brought the tap of the Guru along with them because they also came with Guru Granth Sahib, followed by the sepoys. They brought Guru Granth Sahib here. So these are the group who made a lot of difference to this society here in Malaya. Today we are all the products of those great people who are here in the country.
So everything Guru Sahib has already given us, we are in direct link of Paramatma, we are in direct link with Vaheguru. That's the beauty of Sikhi. We do not have to go anywhere else to fulfill this space, because Paramatma, Vaheguru has told us that Sikh Guru and Guru Sikh, that a Sikh and the Guru are one, they're together. Only if we realize, only if we constantly remember that the relationship we have with our Guru is so pure, is so unique, it's so beautiful that we don't have to find this kind of relationship out there anymore. We just have to remember this. And when we remember that, sab kuch ghar mein bahar nahi, that everything is within this house, not outside, we don't have to find it anywhere else, then we are able to teach the same value to our younger generation as well.
10 centuries ago, the Islamic kingdom from Persia and Afghanistan ruled northern India. Their rule extended until Bengal and as far as Gujarat, down south in India. And the first kingdom that walked into India was brought by the king by the name of Babur. It's during the Babur's time when they were trying to enforce onto their culture and their religion onto the local people. Then at that time there was a lot of suppression, because every kingdom, whoever rules any part of the world, they will bring their culture and they will try to enforce onto the people of that area. And in the process, for the people who have been living there for many centuries, for them it's a new culture. So they will feel that it has been oppressed and suppressed. And then if they do not follow that new introduced culture, then they are definitely psychologically, suppressed, physically suppressed. They can be even physically tortured. So it was an era where there was a lot of torturing taking place, because the kingdom wanted to enforce their culture, their religion. So in the process, there was some cruelty. So it was the decision of the Almighty to have sent a Messiah to that land, and Guru Nanak took birth. And he was the savior. So Guru Nanak himself wouldn't have done it. That was the order of the Almighty. He needed 10 more lives through which this process of neutralizing that cruelty to take place. So the cruelty that took place in that region was to neutralize, and the neutral factor was the Gurus. When the Gurus came to this world, one after the other, because the enforcement of their law was so powerful, so difficult for people to follow, and there were taxes enforced on them. So the collective consciousness of that area was human suppressed. The human was suppressed. And to wake them up, to give them a new life, to give them freedom, Almighty sent Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji started with a common kitchen, that everybody, caste, creed, because in that particular situation, a system was so embedded, the caste system was so embedded, the culture system was so embedded, there was no development in their spiritual life. It was all society-based suppression. So every Guru had a very peculiar job to do, to build a society that would fight any suppression. And they were the Sikhs, they were the Khalsa. So what did Guru Nanak Dev Ji do? He brought Langar system. The Langar system is an equality system where every race will cook and feed and eat on the same ground, irrespective of caste, religion and creed. The spirit of Guru Nanak Dev Ji was then translated, transformed, infused, diffused, transmigrated into the second Guru, Guru Angad Dev Ji. Guru Angad Dev Ji brought two additions to the society. One, devotion to the Satguru. Devotion was something that he taught. His devotion was so strong that Guru Nanak himself fell for it. And his devotion was so truthful that the powers of Guru Nanak was bestowed to him automatically, and he became the second Guru. That's the first thing he taught us. The second thing that he brought to the world is the script of the Punjabi language. The script of the Punjabi language is written by our own very Gurus of the Sikh. There's no Messiah in the world who have written a script for them except for the Sikh. And is simplified in such a way that the arrangement of those scripts is so well arranged that it starts from a sound of a epiglottis to the glottis, then to the palate, then to the tongue, then the teeth and the lips. So the words goes like this. It is a ka ka kha ka kha ga ka nga. It's ka ka kha kha ga ga ka ga nga nga. Then is ta. Say your ta is the thing, the teeth, ta 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 da da ta da na. It's all the teeth. Then the lipple, pa 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 ba ba pa ba mama. And it's so said in such a way that if you continuously meditate on this sound which was arranged by the Guru, that you can become a meditative entity. That meditation can start from here to the lips. The sound system was put into consonants. The consonants are fixed, and you put the consonant to any of the nouns, say for sa. If you put a consonant which is going to make it sound like C, you put a consonant and it becomes C. So is ki, so is P, so is T. So it was made so simple. So one of the most simplest lipi, the script of the Indian continent is Gurumukhi. Guru Angad then passed on the spiritual baton to Guru Amardas. Guru Amardas was from Banaras, and one day when he used to go to the pilgrimage in the Ganges river, there he was a master, a guru, who was also a very close associate of Guru Amardas. And he used to bring a concoction that the Punjabis always make, called as panjiri, to that area. And they used to camp there for many weeks to have, and this used to be the food for them. And one day this master of his asked Guru Amardas, he said, do you have a master in your life, a guru in your life? Guru Amardas was a very spiritually raised person, but he said, no, I don't have a guru, but very spiritual. That master told, please take away this food. I don't eat the food which is made by a people who don't have gurus. That hit him so hard. Negore, the person without guru, hit him so hard that his daughter-in-law was the daughter of the second Guru, who used to sing one of the hymns which is sung in the morning, Asadivar, while she used to milk her curd. And one day he heard her singing and he asked her, where is this poetry you are singing from? He said, this is my father's poetry. He said, please take me to meet him. I want to see him now. So she decided to take him. And the day Guru Amardas, would to be Guru, who saw Guru Angad, he said, this is my master. He came to his feet and said, please make me a master. So he emphasized the need of a master, of a Satguru, of a Guru in the life of a Sikh. He's the one who emphasized it. He was already an old-aged person in his almost 70s, and he did so much of service to Guru Angad, so much of service to Guru Angad, that Guru Angad then passed the baton to him. And what did Guru Amardas ji did to the Sikh community? Brought to the Sikh community, number one, the need of a master, the need of a Guru, the need of a Satguru in our lives. The second thing that he brought is the system of marriage, Anand Karj, and bliss, Anand Sahib. He brought three things to the Sikh life, that the marriage has to be taken place. The marriage is not only between two people, is where the element of the Almighty is within, and the meeting of souls, meeting of two people. Anand Karj was introduced by him. Then the baton was passed on to Guru Arjan Dev Ji, who felt that there have to be a place of devotion and worship for the Sikh, and he is the one who came out with Harmandir Sahib, the first place where Guru Nanak Dev Ji had set and said that this is heavens and this will become the heaven of the Sikh, and today we call it Golden Temple. the heavens of the Sikh, the place where the Sikh go and sit and shed tears in listening to the Gurbani which is playing the whole day there. This is the place where they sit and make their vows, wash their sins, plead for forgiveness, and they can have the continuous flow of the tears in listening to the Gurbani in that place. It is heavens, the place we call Har Mandir Sahib, Hari Ka Mandir. Guru Arjan Dev Ji was then made the fifth Guru. The fifth Guru taught the Sikhs tolerance, how to tolerate, how to be peaceful, and how to be calm within yourself. He was tortured, the first Sikh Guru who was tortured to death by the then sovereign powers who was ruling India. He was made to sit on the hot plate because he was protecting the people who would stand by oppression, stand by suppression, and stand by the suppression of the kingdom then, and who would stand by, he was protecting them, and he gave his life in the protection. Then came Guru Har Gobind. He said that we have to now resort to the swords to fight and defend the faith, defend the humanity, defend human race. So he brought in Miri Piri. Because in those sovereign powers of the kingdom then, nobody was allowed to even wear a turban. Nobody was allowed to even carry a weapon. If they want to carry a weapon, they have to pay a certain tax. And if you wear a turban, you have to pay a certain tax. So Guru Har Gobind, the sixth Guru, then introduced the turbans to the Sikh. He said, all those people who are going to fight for the rights of the humanity will have the turban on. That irritated further the kingdom who was trying to emphasize another religion on them. So today the Sikh has been given this turban is a blessing of that Guru, the sixth Guru of the Sikhs, Guru Har Gobind. He is the one who brought the swords to protect the oppressed, to protect the suppressed, not to fight, not to go for war. There was no war in this whole world that was fought just like the way the Sikh Gurus have fought. Every kingdom in the world, when they went for a warfare, it was all about land, it was all about money, it was all about conquering, it was all about kingdom. But Gurus fought the war not for the land, not for the wealth, not for the money, but for humanity. The only war in the world which was fought for humanity is by the Sikhs. There's no war in the world which was fought for humanity. Guru Har Rai was the seventh Guru of the Sikhs. Very calm, but he kept up to protect the vision of the sixth Guru. The sixth Guru had this Sikh saint soldier. He gave a new outlook to these saints to become soldiers as well. So the Sikh became the soldier saints. Soldier when was required to protect the humanity. Sainthood was when they had to go inside them, build themselves inside, to bring tranquility inside, to bring peace inside. So we became saint soldiers. So Guru Har Rai was a protector of this. And Guru Har Rai was a protector of the Pothi Parmeshwar Ki. Guru Arjan Dev Ji not only taught us peace, calm, he compiled the verses which were sung by Guru Nanak, Guru Angad, Guru Amardas, Guru Ramdas, and his verses he made into one compilation which he said the book of the God, Pothi Parmeshwar Ki. So he actually designed the next coming Guru of the Sikhs, authenticated by the 10th and the last living Guru of the Sikh. Guru Har Rai then passed the baton of Guruship, the spirituality, the master of matter. They were the masters of matter in actual fact. The baton was passed on to Guru Har Krishan. Guru Har Krishan left the board in a very young age. But there was a lesson to the Sikh, irrespective of their age, whether they are young or they are old. When they are spiritually uplifted, they are in union, they are same. And the second thing that was introduced by and made us realize, the Sikhs, that this body is made up of 5 elements, and these elements are not always going to be congruent to each other. There is going to be some kind of disturbances in them, that this body is not a permanent body for us, that this body has to decay, sickness has to come, that even you are elevated spiritually, you cannot escape sicknesses, you cannot escape diseases, it's bound to come to us. So spirituality is another aspect of our life, the body is another aspect of our life. This was what we learned from Guru Har Krishan. Then the spiritual powers of Guru Har Krishan was bestowed on the 9th Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji brought the spirit of protection for the entire human race, and he has been given this title called as Hind Ki Chadar, the blanket of Hindustan. That's the reason why during the wedding ceremonies a blanket is given by the groom to the bride parents. And that has a significance that I will provide the warmth and protection to the daughter that you are giving to my son. That's the significance. When a person dies, you also put the blanket over them. The blanket is given for thanking that beautiful body to have been in this world with us. It's a blanket. So that's how Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji portrayed. He gave his life to the kingdom then, and he is the one who then passed the baton of that spirituality, of that powers, of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's powers to Guru Gobind Singh, who was a young 9 years old. Guru Gobind Singh was a master. He knew that this is going to be the last of the whole, the spirit for which these 10 lives were given, and the powerful spirit of Guru Nanak Dev Ji had been bestowed to these powerful bodies, and he had to make his final decision. He would be the last of the spiritual masters of the Sikh, the community that he raised. He made them into, he defined Khalsa. He defined the Khalsahood in us. He is the one who gave the tap to Bhai Kanhaiya and the Sikhs of the world today that your Guru will be Guru Granth Sahib from now onwards. That the Gurus will speak to you through those verses. And that's the reason why today the Sikh and the followers of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's doctrine and followed by all the Gurus, and they are been shined to become Khalsas. The knowledge of Guru Granth Sahib is to shine us to form the Khalsahood, the pureness in us, the pureness of our soul, the pureness of our character. The character has to be so pure.
We also remember that we are the direct link, we are in the direct connection with Vaheguru, because why? Guru Sahib says Khalsa Akal Purkh Ki Fauj, that Khalsa is in direct link with Vaheguru, and in that constant remembrance, eventually we will be able to serve our purpose of coming into this world as a God.
So Guru Nanak Dev Ji's 3 principles, that is Kirt Kamai, Vand Shakna and Naam Japna, that is to, first of all, that you must earn your living, an honest living, then share your living. Share whatever you earn, knowledge-wise, whatever. And at the end, meditate on yourself. Meditate in the name of God, because this body is a perishable entity that is given to us. So Khalsa. So this was how the Khalsa was made by all the existence of this 10th Guru. This 10th Guru who made the Khalsa. Today what we are is not the job of one person. It is right from Guru Nanak Dev Ji until now. It is said in a very beautiful poetry, Das Sant mile das peshon mein, par unki chamak to ek hi hai. So there were 10 saints that came to this world, but the spirit of the 10 saints, the powers of the 10 saints was one.
Sikhi is a gift, it's a blessing that Guru Sahib blesses not everybody with it. And the fact that we have been blessed with this gift, it means that we are the chosen ones, we are the blessed ones to practice Sikhi and to unite with Vaheguru. And on top of that, Guru Gobind Singh Ji tells us, Khalsa mero roop hai khas, which or where else would you hear Guru Sahib, the Guru, telling their Sikh, telling their disciples that you are my very form, that I and you are alike, that we are the same, and I have given you my very form. Khalsa mero roop hai khas, that you, the roop that I have given you, the roop of a Khalsa, the roop of a Kaur that I've blessed you with, it's so khas to me, it's so special that you are special to me as well. And this is the message that Guru Sahib is giving to us all. So my message to you is just as how Guru Sahib has blessed us with this value, with this gift of Sikhi, and let's utilize this gift to make our life better and to make the lives around us better as well, to connect ourselves and to connect those around us with Sikhi, because we are the blessed one to be given this gift of Sikhi, and that we are the Khalsa. And remember, Khalsa mero roop hai khas.